When your parrot repeats your words, it is not just copying sound. It may be trying to talk to you in the only language you always answer. Dos, it sounds funny. A parrot says hello. A parrot whistles like your phone. A parrot repeats a phrase at exactly the wrong moment. Or maybe exactly the right one. We laugh because it feels strange, almost too human. But to the parrot, mimicry may be strategy. Your home is not quiet to a parrot. It is a forest of voices. People talking, doors closing, phones ringing, footsteps, laughter, stress, greetings, goodbyes. Every word has a pattern. Every tone carries emotion. And every reaction teaches the bird something. When the parrot says a word, and you instantly turn around, the bird learns. This sound makes them respond. That is where mimicry becomes meaning. A word is never just a word when it changes behavior. If hello makes you smile and walk closer, the parrot remembers. Sound. Response. Reward. The bird begins building a map. In your household, words are attached to events. Some words summon people. Some words stop action. Some words bring food. Some words bring attention. Some words make the room tense. And parrots are listening to all of it. In the wild, parrots survive through sound. Calls keep the flock connected. Calls warn. Calls gather attention. Calls coordinate movement through dense forests and open sky. But in your home, you are the flock. So the bird adapts. It borrows your sounds. Not because it is a recorder, but because those sounds work. A whistle may bring you back into the room. A familiar phrase may get your attention. A certain word may begin a feeding ritual. A funny sentence may make everyone laugh. This is functional mimicry. A copied sound used for a real purpose. The phrase becomes a tool. Imagine this scene. You are working at a desk, distracted by a laptop and phone. The parrot is nearby, watching. It makes a soft whistle. Nothing happens. So it changes the signal. A sharper whistle. A more familiar sound. Suddenly, you look up. That is the moment the bird learns. This sound brings my human back. It is not random noise. It is a bonding signal. a way to pull the flock closer. When you answer, the loop becomes stronger. Call. Response. Connection. This is how a household language is born. Some parrots use words like buttons. One button brings you closer. One button begins food. One button earns praise. One button creates laughter. The vocabulary becomes a control panel. Your home becomes a map of sounds and consequences. The bird learns your greetings. It learns your devices. It learns the sound of the phone. It learns the ringtone. It learns how you answer calls. Then one day, it performs those sounds back to you. And you laugh because it feels uncanny. But sometimes, mimicry reveals more than you expect. A parrot may repeat words said during stress, not to embarrass you, not to expose secrets, but because that phrase was emotionally loud. Strong emotion marks sound in memory. When you are stressed, the parrot notices. Your voice changes. Your posture changes. Your rhythm changes. The emotional weather of the room changes. The bird may not understand every word, but it can understand atmosphere. Loud stress can trigger loud response. A sharp tone can create a sharp call. A tense home can teach tense sounds. A playful home can teach playful sounds. Your parrot's vocabulary becomes a mirror, not of your face, but of your emotional patterns. It documents the household, the morning words, the leaving words, the food words, the comfort words, the stressful words, the phrases that make people turn around, the sounds that change the room. Over time, patterns become meaningful. Sound attaches to place. Sound attaches to attention. Sound attaches to emotion. One of the most common signals is the attention call. You are nearby, but mentally gone. The parrot whistles. You ignore it. The parrot uses a stronger sound. You look up. Attention restored. The parrot did not want noise. It wanted you. The sound was a social rope. Then there is the alarm call. A stranger enters the room. A loud object falls. Your own voice becomes anxious. The parrot straightens, tightens, and calls sharply. The sound changes your behavior instantly. But the best response is not panic. It is calm leadership. You check the environment, you lower the energy, you speak softly, you move slowly. You show the flock the danger has passed, and the bird's body begins to settle. Feathers smooth, eyes soften. The room comes back down. Then there is the bonding whistle. Softer, more rhythmic, often shared between bird and human. A private code, a sound that asks, "Are you still there?" And when you answer, "Yes, I am here," the flock remains connected. This is why parrots can feel almost human. They say the right thing at the wrong time, or the wrong thing at the perfect time. But the timing is not always accidental. If a phrase makes people laugh, it becomes valuable. Laughter is a reward. Attention is a reward. Repetition strengthens the pattern. Your parrot may learn the sounds you repeat most. Names, ringtones, laughter, sighs, greetings, even frustration. The bird is not exposing your secrets. It is archiving the emotional soundtrack of your life. The more often a sound matters, the more likely it stays. Repetition stores it. Emotion marks it. Reaction reinforces it. So what are they actually saying? Sometimes hello means, "I recognize your arrival." Sometimes a whistle means, "Do not disconnect from me." Sometimes loud calling means, "The flock feels unstable." Sometimes words near food are practical requests. Sometimes phrases are social games. And sometimes they are mirrors. The question is not, "Can my parrot talk?" The better question is, what is this sound doing? What happens before it? What happens after it? What emotion surrounds it? What reaction does it usually create? When you track the pattern, the language begins to appear. Not human language exactly, but a shared language built from sound, attention, and memory. Every response teaches the bird what matters. Every calm answer shapes the flock. Your parrot is learning the emotional rules of your home. And the words it keeps may be the words you live by. So listen carefully. The sound may be a request, a connection call, a memory, a warning, a playful button, or a reflection of your world, your parrot is not only repeating your sounds, it is documenting what it means to belong to your flock. Even silence tells the bird something. Who is missing? Who is coming? What usually happens next? Sometimes the parrot greets you before you fully enter the room, because footsteps, doorway, word, and smile have become one learned chain. Words become routines when they keep working. Morning has its own vocabulary. Breakfast sounds. Utensils. Coffee machines. Soft greetings. Afternoon may bring a different emotional weather. A work call. A controlled voice. A dense phrase. A parrot may collect the words that come with pressure, not judgment. Documentation. They document patterns, not secrets. At night, the vocabulary can soften. Comfort words survive because they bring closeness. Soft words create soft reactions. Calm sounds keep the flock together. Calm is teachable too. Your response decides what the sound becomes next. If noise brings noise, the loop grows sharper. If calm brings connection, the loop softens. Feedback can teach anxiety, or feedback can teach safety. So before answering your parrot, pause. Answer the emotion, not just the sound. A contact call may not be a demand. Sometimes it is simply asking, "Are you there?" And a calm answer says, "Yes, I am still here." Endings teach as much as beginnings. A repeated calm phrase can become a recovery cue. One day, the bird may use it back at you. And suddenly the mirror becomes gentle. They do not only learn your stress, they learn your relief. They learn your joy. They learn your songs. They learn the rhythm of belonging. So your parrot's words may have functions to bring your attention back, to keep the flock connected across rooms, to respond when the emotional weather changes, to trigger food, praise, play, or closeness, to reflect the sounds your household repeats most. Together, these sounds become a living map of your home. To understand it, track the context. Sound. Situation. Reaction. Emotion. Patterns appear when you stop treating every sound as random. Listen before laughing. Respond before correcting. Connect before commanding. because your parrot is not only repeating your life, it is learning the language of your flock